If you keep whispering these words in your head, I'm sorry for everything I did and everything I didn't do. Please forgive me. I wish I knew what else to say. Then this session is for you. There's a specific kind of heaviness that comes with regret, and it really can weigh on our heart. Not just for what happened or what we said, but maybe also for what we didn't, the words we didn't say, the chances we didn't take, the ways that we wish we had showed up, but we just couldn't. And so you might carry guilt, shame, sadness, and be stuck in all the emotions of hurting someone you care about, even if you didn't mean to. And sometimes we aren't able, for many different reasons, to tell that person we've harmed how sorry we are or ask for their forgiveness directly. Sometimes the hardest forgiveness is the one we owe ourselves. So today we're going to tap to release the weight of regret, the tightness of guilt, and open up space for peace, compassion, healing. If you're interested, you can see the science on how this works and some links down in the description, this research that's been done. Rate how heavy this regret or guilt feels on a 1 to 10 scale, and we'll check back in after to see where that number's at. If strong emotions come up, that's okay. Just keep tapping and breathing, letting whatever comes up, memory, sensation, just let it come up and move through you. And when you're ready, come back to repeating after me. You can focus in on whatever the forgiveness is about and just tap with and repeat after me. Even though I feel so sorry for what I did and what I didn't do, I choose to be gentle with myself right now. Even though I wish I could undo the past, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't know what else to say except I'm sorry. I'm open to finding peace and self-forgiveness now. Even though I can't change what's already happened. I choose to release all of this pain and honor my healing. I feel so guilty about what happened. I keep replaying it over and over in my mind. I wish I had done things differently. I wish I had said the right thing, done the right thing. I can't stop thinking about what I didn't do. I'm haunted by all the could've, would've, should've moments. I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I did and didn't do. Please forgive me. I wish I could ask you for your forgiveness. I wish I could forgive myself. I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. I might not love my choices, but I have learned from them. So maybe I can let in a little peace now. I'm open to the idea of forgiveness, even if it's just a little bit at a time. I'm learning to release the guilt that keeps me stuck. I don't have to keep carrying this forever. I can begin to forgive myself. Carrying this around forever isn't doing any good, me or them. So I'm allowing myself to heal now. I'm choosing compassion over shame. I'm learning from the past and releasing what I can't change. I can honor the lesson without holding on to the pain or guilt. I'm opening my heart to forgiveness for myself and for others. I'm safe to let go now. I forgive myself for what I did and what I didn't do. I allow myself to be forgiven now. I am free to move forward in peace. Even though I still wish I could fix it all, I choose forgiveness and peace here and now. I still feel sorry, but I'm learning to forgive. I may never find the perfect words, but I know my heart means well when I say I'm sorry. I am free to heal now. I am forgiven. I am whole. I am worthy. Deep breath. See where you are on that 1 to 10 scale. If you still feel emotional, that's okay. This process can take time. Tapping helps to our nervous system to release old emotional loops so we can finally breathe again, move towards peace, recognize that regret shows that we care. So we deserve forgiveness, especially from ourselves. We did the best we could with what we knew then or who we were then, and you wouldn't do the same thing today. So now it's time to forgive yourself and let yourself move forward. So definitely keep tapping until the emotion feels lighter, once or twice a day if you can, and then come back to your video or this video whenever that heaviness returns. If you've done something else that you feel bad about, or, sometimes we may feel bad about something even if we couldn't have controlled it or it couldn't have gone any different. It's like having to choose if, two best friends but that are from totally different worlds, they don't know each other, say they both schedule their wedding the same weekend, you're going to have to choose one or the other kind of thing, or something along those lines. You may still feel this need for forgiveness. That wasn't anything done maliciously or intentionally, it just is, and you may feel bad. The same as if you've done something where it was malicious or it was with intent, but you're able to look back at it and go, oh my God, I can't believe I did that, or I would never do that again. It may have been a heat of the moment thing. It may have been who you were before you did a lot of this kind of work in trauma and trauma healing, and you weren't as, it's not that you weren't as good of a person, but you may not have been as nice of a person daily, and you did this thing. And we all can, I think, look back and see a time where I'm like, oh, I was so cranky to everybody, or I just was not as nice at work as I could have been, or at home. And, there's no point carrying that constantly forward with you. If there's something specific that you can and you want to, and you can go back and apologize, then we do. But sometimes that's not possible. The person may have passed away. You don't know how to get a hold of them anymore. It was a fly-by-night kind of thing, like, at a store or something where you're never likely to see that person again, but you lashed out at somebody and it sits on you for whatever reason. doing this can help you forgive, yourself for it. And it could be something as big as, cheating on somebody, or just having betrayed them in general, or, something that you've stolen something from somebody, and maybe, obviously, you can't uncheat. But even the stolen goods, the person, you may not be able to give it back to them or know how to find them anymore. Again, they've passed away. Again, carrying that on. When people say no regrets, I'm not really a fan of that. Of course I have regrets, because to me regret is the regret that something happened. I just don't live in the regret. I take the regret, I learned a lesson from it. It taught me something I would not do again, or, would not allow somebody to do to me again, which is, and that could be kind of a forgiveness. I was in an abusive relationship, and I had to learn to forgive myself, even though, of course, it was never my fault. It's still how I felt. And so it was this thing of, how could you stay so long? How could you allow that to happen? How could, all these things. And I would still say, of course, I regret that I stayed any longer than I needed to. I'm not one of those people that say, oh, then your life wouldn't be what it is. Yeah, exactly. But it also wouldn't have that trauma in it. So for me, I would take, that idea. Now, even somebody who would say, oh no, I would never change anything, doesn't mean that they don't still regret those past things. But the regret is just knowing, if someone was to ask, do you regret doing that? I absolutely do. I wish I had never done that to them. But I don't sit in guilt and shame and pain and fear, or hold myself back, or think I'm unworthy or invaluable or anything else, because I've done the work to either say I'm sorry and, attempt, to reconcile the maybe a fight with a friend or something like that. Or, I've at least done the work to just forgive myself and say, oh, I was a kid. It was a stupid mistake, that sort of thing moving forward. So yeah, forgiveness is really, really powerful, and really, really important. So I'm glad to see you here. And, I guess I'll leave it at that. If you click subscribe, you'll get notified of new videos, and liking and commenting do help me grow as a channel, and potentially put this video in front of somebody else who may be searching for the same kind of content, and will help them out. So I will see you in the next video, and I hope you continue on and fully forgive yourself. Just even being here, you're doing beautifully. It's a huge weight off your your heart, your chest, and you deserve to move forward at peace. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.